Keith, a big part of being a subscriber at auburnundercover.com, you get access to the message boards, and I don't know when you sleep because you're constantly answering all these guys' questions, and you do an outstanding job with it. But I've been laughing all offseason. It seems like you're asked 2 or 3 times a week about Auburn, the punting situation. And so I'm asking you again, what do you know about it? What do you know about the punting situation? Have you talked to anybody?
Yeah. I mean, nobody's ever going to listen to your show again because I'm giving such minimal info here, but they're not going to listen to me on the show. But again, I don't have any names, but I got some possibilities. Okay, first of all, I talked to somebody the other day, and I go, they got to be bringing in a punter, right? They go, well, they don't have one. What does that tell you? So that was basically confirmation that, yes, somebody's going to be coming in. Now, that sounds like, okay, no duh, right?
Yeah.
Well, you never know. Maybe there's a walk-on on the team that's better than we think. Hey, look, man, I grew up in the 80s down in Florida, and half the kickers in the SEC back then were walk-ons. You didn't know anything about them until the first week of the season. So, nothing surprises me at that position. But it's our understanding somebody is going to be brought in. Will it be a transfer? Will it be I doubt it's going to be maybe it'll be a high school kid, but I mean, it seems like we would have found out about that by now if it was a high school kid, right? Or it could be, again, maybe somebody from Australia like Aaron Tipos. Now, when Aaron Tipos got offered by Auburn, it was a lucky break that I just happened to be up late one night. I mean, real late. And because they're on a different time schedule, obviously, down under. And I saw this tweet, and somebody else tweeted it, retweeted it, whatever. And sure enough, it was Auburn offering Tipos. Now, Auburn didn't want that out because they had a kicker on the team at the time, and they didn't want him freaking out that Auburn was going to be bringing in another kicker. But anyway, point being, things do happen out of the blue, especially at the kicker position. And nobody knew who Aaron Tipos was until they offered him. And then, lo and behold, he visited a month later or whatever it was and committed on the spot. So potentially they could be going that route again. Now, the COVID-19 world, does that mean there's a quarantine? I mean, these are things that I don't know. But I reached out to somebody a few months ago from Pro Kick Australia, and I said, hey, just shot in the dark. Y'all sending anybody to Auburn? And it was kind of a cryptic response, one leading me to think that it certainly was possible, okay? And then I talked to another college coach recently, and I said, well, I thought Auburn maybe get somebody from Australia, but with COVID and, all that's going on and we haven't heard anything, maybe it won't happen. And that coach said, oh, no, we have a guy coming in, his team, from Australia, and he wasn't coming in until July. So then I started thinking, okay, your mind starts churning,
Yeah.
You can really overthink these things. I mean, we ought to just wait. But the bottom line is they're bringing somebody in. We're almost certain of that. We're just waiting to find out who it is, just like everybody else. But I think sometimes people don't want, if the name got out of a kid, and let's just hypothetically say it is a guy from Pro Kick Australia, the name gets out. Well, Auburn's got a history of pretty good kickers, actually really good kickers.
Yeah.
And so maybe another school, a USC or an Alabama or whatever, says, well, we need a kicker too. And Auburn likes this guy, and dang it, they've been pretty darn good at evaluating these guys through the years, so why don't we take a look? And so maybe that alters that, So if you're Auburn tends to be one of the more guarded programs. They really don't like too much of their info getting out. So that's my thinking here. But we do expect something. We're going to hear something in July. I mean, I'd love to be able to give you more than that, guys.
No, that was great. That was great, Keith. We personally think you're the best in the business, man. For all the folks listening, what all do they get when folks subscribe at auburnundercover.com?
Well, a lot of the BS that I just gave you guys, basically. We just make this up as we go. But no, I mean, look, I think it's like $149 a year. There's all kinds of specials. If you wait every couple of weeks, there's always going to be some special. But look, a lot of VIP content. Here's what we try to do. You always meet your goals, of course not. But we know a lot of people who live in Auburn or fans or don't live in Auburn. They're working. They're doing stuff. We want to be your eyes and ears with the program, with the school, right? And that's what we try to do. If you live in Augusta, Georgia, we're going to try to make you feel like you're in Auburn, that you know what's going on. Here's what we're here. Here's what we know. And I think that's the best thing. I mean, a great community, meet interesting people, and just people that love talking about Auburn and want to learn about Auburn. Yeah, that's what it's all about.